Hey everyone, Simon here with a long-awaited Bitcoin and cryptocurrency update and a huge top 12 cryptos pick list from me. Now you might be asking, everybody on YouTube's got their top 10, and I'm sure some of my coins are going to look the same as some other people's, but I'm also sure that some of them will not. And the difference is that the ones I've picked are selected based on astrological principles. And and many of them are tokens that you've asked about, whether in our classes, our crypto questions answered class, or sometimes even in a chat, but more often in classes that I know nothing about. And we pull the chart, we look at them and we go, wow, this thing is amazing. And we go from there. So most of these picks are based on not coins that I've actually researched. They are coins that have been brought up. I've pulled the charts and they look amazing. But before we get to those, I want to kind of do a little emergency update, which is just to give you a status update on Bitcoin. Today's June 7th. 2021, and I pulled a prashna yesterday. A prashna is a question that we ask of the stars, and like for example, I pulled a prashna the other day: will Mayweather beat? Will Logan Paul beat Mayweather? I think I even have it in here. Let me see if I have it here. Oh damn it! No, that's in my other computer. Okay, and the chart said that because I wanted to actually bet on the underdog. The chart said that the underdog, Logan Paul, would start strongly, but at the end he would lose. And I think that's what happened. I didn't actually watch the fight. I tried to catch the little bits of it on YouTube, but so it wasn't worth putting anything on because Mayweather was a very heavy favorite. My point is, this is how I test prashna. This is how I put this stuff to use. So when I say I asked a question, it's not, oh, I asked my chakras a question or anything like that. This stuff is based on a certain amount of experience and results based on that experience. So anyway, I asked a question yesterday, what's the deal? Like, when is Bitcoin, when are we going to get back to where we were? And so here's what I got. I didn't quite get the answer to the question I asked, but I got perhaps a more important answer, which is that it said basically tomorrow or the next day or two, you at the latest, you would hit sort of the bottom of the C curve recovery. Now, what's a C curve? Last year, we had a massive corona dip, and the dip and the recovery was a V curve. It looks something like this, like a V. We're not in a V curve. Anyone who's in our crypto questions answer class, I've shared this. And even though full disclosure, I did not predict this. In fact, I thought things would go the other direction. These things sometimes happen when planets are, whatever, no excuses. I didn't predict it. But what I could see at the very least is that it will be a C curve recovery, meaning, or kind of a U like this, right? And I think that we are at the bottom of this. Meaning that now in the next day or two, we're going to sort of hit the bottom of this C curve, which means that starting now, it's going to be an upwards recovery. I do think by the end of June, we'll be above 40,000. Now, the chart's not telling me that. It's my personal opinion. The chart's saying that we are kind of at the bottom. We're kind of at the worst of it right now, and it's about to get better. So if you've been waiting to buy the dip, seriously, a year ago, February and March, I made a video like this one. I said, guys, I gave you certain dates. I said, this is the time to buy. This is the time to get into Bitcoin. It's about to recover, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I'm making another video like that again, because I do think we're at the bottom of the C curve today and the next couple of days. which means if you are someone interested in cryptocurrencies and if you've thought about getting into them, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I'm doing astrology. What the astrology tells me is that we're here, okay, and that the recovery is now about to begin in earnest, okay? So that's the first big announcement. And I think this in and of itself, if you know how to use this information, could be very valuable. I mean, I don't predict everything. I can't predict everything. Sometimes when I pull a chart, we'll pull a chart on a coin like whatever, Matic or Voyager or Celsius, and I'll tell you guys, this is an amazing project. It's worth getting into. And then you'll say, well, when is it going to be at the bottom? And when? No, just buy it, just get it, and it'll outperform your expectations. Okay, so sometimes I can see coins, sometimes I see dips, sometimes I see rises in the market, and so at this point, there aren't any coins I'm telling you about. I'm telling you about I believe we've kind of reached the bottom of the market. Now, could Bitcoin wick down and then come back up? Yes, but I think we're right here, meaning that the recovery is about to begin. All right. So again, valuable information if you can use it, if you can avail yourself of it. When I have a coin for you, I tell you about it. And in fact, I'm going to share 12 coins with you now. So that's one way you can use this dip. If you're brand new to cryptocurrencies, I'll also have a little chunk of wisdom for you right at the end. In fact, I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to repeat it at the end because it's worth repeating. That the way to take advantage of, the way to ride the crypto market, to get the most out of it, is to understand two things. Crypto works, VTY, crypto works in waves. Meaning what? One coin will have a massive run. Like a few weeks ago, it was Cardano. And then a week ago, it was Matic. And then this week, it's T-Fuel, Theta Fuel. All right. All of these are in our portfolio. All of these are in our strongly recommended tokens. But they don't all jump at the same time. So if you've been into T-Fuel and you bought it at whatever you bought it at, 20 cents, 30 cents, even 40 cents, you've been waiting and nothing's happened while other coins are going up. So the key to taking advantage is when your coin jumps or explodes, take your profits. Okay, take advantage of it. And then number two, understand that not all of them are going to jump at the same time, and have patience. So be patient when your coins are not jumping. So here is a part of the newsletter just sent out to our group, which says point 2. It says point 1 and 1. They're all number 1 points, I guess you could say, right? Then when your coin is jumping, take advantage of it. Take out your, get some profits, enjoy it, enjoy your life. And then don't worry that the other coins that you own haven't moved yet. Every dog or every Doge gets its day, right? Even Doge, which had been sitting dormant for years, had its day. So be patient and you can ride out the waves. All right. So this is from a newsletter I just sent to our group. Now, if you want to be part of our group, I'm making an exception this week because it is the bottom. It is kind of a significant time. So for 1 week, I'm going to open up the class. I know I've had to push a number of you away. I've had to, I've sort of closed the class because I couldn't deal with more new people. However, I'm opening it up for 1 week. Today's the 7th of June, for 1 week until the 14th, to new members. If you want to come on board, it's very easy. Go to, I'm going to make this a unique link that you can go to. It's paypal.me KP Summit. Okay. PayPal.me, KP Summit. Tuition is $300, and it's lifetime. That's all you'll ever have to pay for the crypto questions answered class. Okay. PayPal.me/KP Summit. All right. That's our donation. That's my donation link. So if you want to come on board, that's good until June 14th. And honestly, I can't tell you how many people I've refunded the last few weeks. People have sent me $50, $100, $20 to be part of Crypto Quest. I'm not taking drop-ins anymore. This is strictly lifetime members, and it's $300. If you have a sob story, please email me. I do read all the emails, maybe you can. Everything is case dependent, but basically, that's where we stand with the class. I am opening it up for one more week. So, and part of the reason I'm doing that is so you guys can take advantage of this information. I don't want, we've got a lot of people in our group, and but there are a lot more outside, and I don't want people to lose out on some of these valuable predictions. I mean, I don't have a large viewership. I get about 1,000 views per video. If 1,000 of you saw my video last year where I, said, guys, this is the dip is coming. It's right where I happened to predict it. I did not predict this dip. So mea culpa. Last year I did in March, and I told you, guys, this is it. This is the time to buy. Bitcoin was like 3,000-4,000, but nobody saw that. Nobody saw those videos. So I'm making this video again. Hopefully hopefully the information gets out there. And so let's move on. So I've given you what I think is happening this month in June, that we're kind of at the bottom of the C curve. Although the chart's not saying this, I think by the end of June, we'll be above 40,000. By the end of July, we should be well above 50,000, and then on from there. After that, it gets a little, tricky. There'll be ups and downs. But I'm holding to my prediction of Bitcoin between 60 to 70K by the end of the year, with a possible surge to 112. Okay, possible, but 60 to 70 for sure. Okay, in fact, 70 looks good to me. All right, and 6 to 8K Ethereum. So I'm just reviewing my predictions for Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you want my predictions on any of the other tokens, we do, like I said, we have a class. We cover all, not all of them. There's so many tokens out there, but we do the best we can. All right, now I'm going to share with you a slide from our last class, which is my top 12 picks. Okay. And so if I were entering the market, I'm going to get rid of my mug here. If I were entering the market now, and great time to enter again, I think this is the bottom for this cycle, meaning for this this wave. What are the coins I'd buy now? Well, the top two are not going to surprise anyone. They are Cardano and Ethereum, simply because they are the blue chips. I think they are the ones who are poised to take over the future. And I have some conservative and less conservative predictions here, but I'm not going to go over those now. We go a lot more into detail in our class, when we think Cardano is going to jump, when we think Ethereum, and so forth. So again, if you want to come on board, join the lifetime group, you can do so. Number 3 is Celsius. Now, why? Not because I'm a paid endorser. I don't think they pay anybody to endorse them. Not because they've basically 50x'd for us, myself included, and so we're all very happy with Celsius. Not for that, because I'm all about what have you done for me lately, with no hard feelings, obviously, but meaning that, do I think this token still has upside? And the answer is a solid yes. I think Celsius easily goes to $35, possibly even $50 within 10 months to a year. Okay, that's why it's on my list, not because of any emotional or any other kind of attachment. So because it's a solid performer, and Solana. All right, so these are top 4, and they're probably on, maybe Celsius isn't, but these are, by the way, these are not in any particular order. They're just there. Then we have potential game changers. These are things that could come out of left field, tokens that very few people know about, that could completely revolutionize. Like Celsius did, like Voyager did. They 100x'd. Doge people knew about. Nobody expected Doge would 100x like it did, but like that. Okay. So these are potential 100xers that, might be a good idea. Again, not financial advice, that I've got a little bit of a stake in, because I think they have potential. Energy Web Token and XPRT, persistence. Okay. Then Future Tech. These are actual tech companies that are doing stuff that could be the future. And Theta and Theta Fuel, if you're deciding between one or the other, we've pulled charts for both of them. Theta Fuel won hands down as the better chart. So might as well go into Theta Fuel. And of course, right now, as we speak, it just reached its all-time high, I think, yesterday. So Theta Fuel is doing very well. Then Helium. Okay, Helium and the Helium hotspot, the Helium miner. Our group is very much into getting Helium miners and creating passive income through them. Another potential future technology, game changer. Then Veracity and Engine round out the future tech. Okay, not going to go too deep into these right now. You can watch our last class if you join our group, or if you're in the group. Last class was on June 4th, I believe. And then, of course, Bitcoin, because you just got to have some. Okay, and where it is now at 35K, I think it will double at least by the end of the year. So you can still 100%. So your holdings. And then, of course, in class, people will always ask, well, what about Kusama? What about Perp? What about Chainlink? What about Matic? What about all these other ones that we've discussed? We've talked about Kusama. We've talked about Chainlink. They're all good. They're all fine. Great coins. But they're not my top 12. Okay. So these are my top 12. Let's see how they do over the course of the next 12 to 15 months. All right. These aren't about to move tomorrow, though some of them can. Theta Fuel just reached its all-time high. Helium had its all-time high a week ago. It was $20. So it already reached my conservative goal. Engine is down right now, but again, it's one I think by the end of this year, watch what happens with Engine by December of this year. So anyway, these aren't necessarily tomorrow, although some of them are moving now. These are over the next year. And then remember the principle. Remember what I said, which is, number one, take profits when your coin, one of these 12 that you own, explodes. At least take your initial investment out, or even more. It's up to you. And then number two, don't worry that the other ones aren't moving. All right. So that's it. So I think two big things we talked about today. Number one, we're nearing the bottom of the curve. I think today, tomorrow, the next day, this week is the bottom of the curve. Again, it could be a little wicks, but I think this is it, and we're about to start the recovery. So potentially a good time to, astrologically speaking, to come into the market. And number two, these are the top 12 coins I'd buy now. Now, why am I sharing these with everybody? Well, because I think everybody should have access to this information. Unfortunately, I can't have a class that's open to everybody. We'd have 1,050 or more, probably 1,500 people, and then it'd be impossible to manage. So there's a fee. I do have a fee. It's $300 for lifetime. It's a lot less than most other, people with groups charge. I know I belong to a few groups, and they're $500-600 every 6 months, so $100 a month. So I think this is reasonable. I'll never increase the price. This is it, and it's, like I said, like it's lifetime. So as long as, you know, as long as we're all into crypto, if at some point we decide to, okay, take our investments and put them somewhere else, then, you know, we'll reconsider. But so I'm sharing this because I want everybody to have access to the info, but we have so much info in our group. We've got, you know, you can look back and see what are the tokens we recommended a month ago, 2 months ago. Many of them have done very well, but some of them haven't. So what, that doesn't mean we necessarily failed. It means they haven't moved yet. So what are those tokens? And some of those are here. In fact, Energy Web token. We saw this a long time ago. It still hasn't had its full run. There are a number of others like Noya and others that we've looked at. So anyway, this is, the video is getting a little long. So that's it out of me. If you want to join us, come in. It's open this week, and otherwise I will continue to make updates, but most of my energy is focused on our Crypto Questions Answered group, and I do hope to see you there. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope this info was useful, and we'll see you next time. Namo Vaha.